Today, we're going to talk about the 6 most popular styles of APIs out there. But before we dive in, have you ever stopped to wonder how all the different apps on your phone just work together?
I mean, really think about it. How does your food delivery app pull up a live map? Or how can your social media feed show a video that's actually hosted on a completely different site? It all just feels so seamless, doesn't it? Well, there's one single, powerful concept making all of that magic happen behind the scenes.
Yep, a single idea is responsible for pretty much all the data sharing and integration you see every day between almost every single piece of software you use. And that core concept is the API.
So what is an API? Well, the fancy term is Application Programming Interface, but you can just think of it as a set of rules that lets different programs talk to each other. It's kind of like a bridge for data, letting information flow from one app to another in a really structured and predictable way. But here's the thing, not all bridges are built the same. So let's start with the 2 heavyweights. These are the foundational styles that have been around for a while, the real established players in the game, SOAP and REST.
First up is SOAP. You can think of SOAP as the seasoned veteran of the group. It's mature, it's comprehensive, and it's built for situations where security and reliability are absolutely critical. We're talking financial services, payment gateways, that sort of thing. The trade-off, it can be pretty complex and uses a verbose data format called XML. You know, that strict, tag-based language that's a bit like HTML's older, more serious cousin. It can be total overkill for a simple, lightweight app.
And then you've got REST. REST is without a doubt the backbone of the modern internet. It's incredibly popular for a reason. It's way easier to implement because it just uses the standard web protocols we're all familiar with. I mean, most of the services you use every single day, from social media to video platforms, are powered by REST APIs. Its main weakness, though, is that it wasn't really designed for constant, real-time data streams. So when you put them side by side, what's the crucial difference? Well, SOAP is a very strict protocol that only works with XML. REST, on the other hand, is more of a flexible architectural style, so it can use lots of different data formats, like the super popular JSON. This is what makes REST so much simpler and perfect for public web services, while SOAP's complexity makes it a better fit for those high-security, enterprise-level needs. Okay, now let's talk about a different category, the data optimizers. These styles came along to solve the problem of moving data around way more efficiently.
First, we have GraphQL. Now, this one is interesting because it's not just an API style, it's also a query language. It lets the client, like your mobile app, ask the server for exactly the data it needs. No more, no less. This is amazing because it prevents getting way too much data or not enough. That efficiency is why huge companies like Facebook and GitHub rely on it. The only real catch is that it does have a bit of a steeper learning curve.
Next is gRPC, and this one is all about raw performance. It was actually developed by Google, and it's designed for super high-speed communication between internal services. This makes it a huge favorite for what's called a microservices architecture, where an application is built from lots of small, independent parts. Netflix, for example, uses gRPC to handle its insane amount of internal traffic. Its main drawback is that it has pretty limited support directly inside web browsers. So if we compare these two, you can see they have very different goals. GraphQL's #1 priority is flexible data fetching, which is just perfect for mobile apps and other clients that have to deal with complex data. gRPC, on the other hand, prioritizes high-speed communication above all else, which is why it's the go-to for connecting all those internal microservices. All right, and for our final category, let's look at the styles built for instant communication, the real-time messengers. These are what you use when you need updates right now. WebSockets are like having a live, open phone conversation with the server. The connection stays open the whole time, and it's bidirectional, which means data can flow back and forth instantly without having to reconnect over and over. This is absolutely crucial for things like live chat apps or real-time online gaming. But if you don't need that constant connection, it can be a bit of unnecessary overhead.
Webhooks. Now, they work differently. Instead of keeping a phone line open, they're more like an event-driven notification system. It's like you're telling a service, hey, just let me know when this specific thing happens. So, when that event occurs, the service automatically sends your system a little message with the data. You don't have to constantly check for updates, you just get notified. So the key difference really boils down to this.
A WebSocket is a persistent two-way street for a continuous flow of data. Think of it as an ongoing conversation. A webhook, however, is a one-way street for a single notification that's only sent when a specific event triggers it.
So, wow, that's a lot of options, right? With all these different styles, how in the world do you choose the right one for your project? Well, the single most important thing to take away from all this is that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. There's no single best API style. The right choice depends completely on what you are trying to build. You really have to tailor your approach to the unique needs of your project. So let's do a quick final recap on the right tool for the job. You'll want to choose SOAP for that enterprise-grade security. Go with REST for most of your public-facing simple web services. Use GraphQL when you've got complex data needs, especially for mobile. Pick gRPC for lightning-fast internal communication between microservices. Opt for WebSockets when you need that live two-way conversation. And finally, use Webhooks for simple event-based notifications. At the end of the day, each of these styles is a powerful and specialized tool designed to solve a different kind of communication problem. So now that you know the tools in the toolbox, the only question left is, what problem will you solve?
If this helped, consider subscribing to BitScoop for more simple tech explainers.